Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to part 2 of AstralGames Day 116, Pillars of Eternity, episode 5. We are stuck. Well, I wouldn't say we're stuck, but we are Raedric fighting.
Sure.
Fighting the Mad Lord Raedric.
Hey.
What? Following your lead.
Fighting the Mad Lord Raedric. And, yeah, we're trying to get a tactic going that will let us survive the fight.
Yes?
So far, not successful.
On your word.
We're sending out our warrior because he can survive the first punch.
It is. What has my cousin promised you? Oh, yes. Much. The flame consumes a just.
Nope. Of course, didn't send me.
You have proven your competence in your way.
Let's tell more about Raedric. What happened to Gilded Phil?
Good.
Relating to this.
So be it.
Oh god, I constantly forget that. Oh god. They just make us go stuck. Yeah, now the warrior dies. That's not good. They just make you go stuck. You can't flee to the damn. You can't flee back to the damn stairs. But if we fight on the stairs, then they surround us, which is not really good either.
Following your lead. What?
Hey.
It is What has my cousin promised you? Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
Much. The flame consumes a just.
The flame consumed a just reward.
You have proven your competence in your way, and had good. So be it.
Yeah, they just surround him and then he's dead. God. So that tactic is out of the question. Putting my tank forwards and okay.
Sure.
Then we'll just rush as a group, I guess. Otherwise they surround and they just have the positional advantage, which sucks.
It is unlike Kolsch to hire. What has my cousin promised you? Some grand reward? Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
Much. The flame consumes a just. You have proven your competence. Good. So be it.
Alright, it's automatically on break. Okay. You get there. You guys. You take out that one. You guys. Go behind you. Take out that one. You. Take out that one. You. Go with one. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, where's the Archmage? There he is. Take him out. Blind these people. Your circle of healing.
What?
Alright. After this much fighting. Oh, you can't summon the skeletons yet? Crap. Alright, you... Take out that arcade.
You know.
Alright. Can you summon your skeletons now? We can! Summon skeletons. Summon a skeletons, take out the arcade. Phantom, what are you doing? Alright, is there something else you can use? Armor of Faith. That's good. Total Divine Favor increased accuracy and damage. That's also pretty good. Okay. Alright, the Archmage is down. The party is down as well, I think. Hey, Wolf, what up? Alright, what else can you do? Can you destroy them? Make them blind. Get some skeletons. Oh god, this is... I'm doing the best I can, but...
These are in for a walloping!
It's just not really helping. Do the Divine Favor thing. Alright, you have one more thing. Alright. Yes, there goes that guy. I think our Bard is also down, but...
Yes.
Alright, what else can you do? You do it again. 2 AM. Oh god, our priest is down. Shit. Nope.
Stop us!
Damn, and this is the best we can do. Yeah, we're out of spells.
Top.
Damn it! This is like the freaking best we can do. You have died. Jeez. Am I stuck on this game now? Really? Am I stuck to helping him because I can't defeat him in battle? Damn, man.
Sure.
This sucks. It was my best run yet though, so it is definitely the right tactic.
It is What has my cousin promised you? Oh, yes. Much. The flame You are a pawn. You have proven your competence in your way. And had I such an ally, we might... Good. Good.
You can do it.
So be it.
Quit.
Oh god. Oh god, where's our mage going? Where's our mage going? Oh, our mage is stuck. Great! Perfect. Excellent. And our main character is already dead. Superb. Yeah, this attempt goes nowhere. Jesus. Last attempt was the best and we got wrecked. I'm stuck in this damn game. Because this is the quest I need to do. Jesus.
Yeah.
It is What has my cousin promised you?
Turn
Some
on
grand
defeat,
reward?
defeat them,
If
then
he had
turn
any
it off.
resources
Yeah,
to his
I
name,
might have
he
to
would not
resort
call
to
it
that.
enough. And if he had any honor in him, oh
If
yes,
there is a cheat at all.
much. The flame a just.
God damn it.
You have proven your competence in your. Good, good. So be it.
Otherwise I'm freaking stuck. Do I have to resort to cheats, really? Do I have to resort to cheats? Okay, that Archmage went down fast. Well, my character went down fast too. Crap! Skeletons were supposed to form a line. Oh god, that line's off soon. Jesus. And there goes our range prowess. God.
What? Don't even slow it.
And there goes our priest. Yeah, this is like the. I hate resorting to cheats. God damn it. But otherwise, there's no way I can beat this. Even in my best run, it went all to shit.
Right.
Yeah, I have to. Otherwise I can't continue the story. Ugh. Can't I just turn it down to easy or something? You have not yet visited. Ugh. I don't care about achievements. Not much.
Yeah.
And how do I turn it off? God again? Yeah. Okay. I hate games that make me do this. Actually, there's never been a game that made me do this.
It is what has my cousin promised you? Some grand oh yes. Much. The flame consumed a just.
Even the freaking skeleton archer in Baldur's Gate 1 didn't make me do this.
You have proven your competence. Good. So be it.
Join arms!
Oh, this is boring. I wonder if you focus on raid rate. Raid rate goes down and maybe they fight hands. If that's the case, I'll actually try it. Fight ends when raid rate goes down. Then it might be doable.
Don't even stop!
fight doesn't have much later, it goes down. Crap. I freaking bumped at this game. Why does it put you in impossible situations? No, I don't want any more cheats. No, 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 no. No. This is purely to continue the story. No, no. No, cheat off. I'm not gonna use... Only gonna use cheats if I need to. I'm already bummed out for this one. This is just pure necessity, otherwise I can't continue the story. Sucks. I just don't understand why this game puts you in impossible situations like that. I just don't understand it. Unique greatsword. Holy shit, nice. Like, yeah, situation can be impossible. Well, we had like a freaking awesome RNG. Or, I mean, a situation can be difficult, but we had like a freaking awesome RNG. And we had good tactics. And we had good... you know, everything was going well. And then all of a sudden... we still lose. Just this game.
Sure.
I don't get it. I don't get it. We heard that you moved against the keep, and yet we have arrived too late. But a moment earlier, and I would have heard his dying breath. No matter. No, I tried that too, Wolfman, but that Wolf Cup, but like I lured them away. And then the moment my character turns around to lure them away, he gets 3 hits or 4 hits and he dies. And then you have to start the party or the fight with 1 character less, which is even more difficult. It's just, it's insane. It's just, it's not doable. I don't see any way to do this. I lured them away, tried to do that. I lured them to a choke point, tried to do it that way. I fought them in the open, tried to do it that way. And that was the best run. The best run was when we fought them in the open and we actually had RNG on our side and we were actually killing their asses. But then all of a sudden we still couldn't beat them. And this is the point of the game where you arrive at this point. Like there's no other way that I've seen to get more experience, better equipment, or that sort of stuff. So I just don't understand it. I don't understand this part of the game. It's like this game forces you to work with that Lord Raedric guy because otherwise you can't progress the story. Which is weird because this is an RPG with choices. So I just don't freaking understand it. We had RNG on our side and we still lost. So it is not a case of RNG. I used all their abilities. Everyone was drained of abilities. We had RNG on our side. The fight looked good, but it just kept standing because probably too many hit points. And then they destroyed us because we ran out of spells and their Archmage just kept casting shit. And then we did another run of those runs where we destroyed the Archmage. And then that went well, but then they just... I don't understand it. It all seemed going so well, and then all of a sudden the tide turns and you just lose. It's like you're meant to lose or something, which is so crap. No, but if you're not meant to do this fight, then you have to side with him, which means you can't have a choice. It means you can't choose between the two. because you either fight him or side with him. Because if you say, alright, I'll do it, then that probably locks you... Well, I say that. But maybe not. Maybe you will have to say, I side with Kolsk first. Or I side with, what was his name? The one who just killed Raedric first. And you have to be evil in order to... So that doesn't make sense for a game like this. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe you had to be evil and then go to Kolsk and say, well, Raedric said we had to work with him. But we don't want to. And then what? You're gonna go on a whole side quest chain that like freaking makes you stronger before... No, because all the side quests... We've done all the side quests that we could do at this point. I don't know. I don't know, it's weird, but it's done. It's weird, but it's done. I don't understand it. It's done. The tyrant is dead. As we said, Kolsk, it's done. The tyrant is dead. And our village is free to move to a greater future. Gilded Vale owes you a great debt. I owe you a great debt. You have accomplished what I could not. Take what reward you care to from Raedric Vault. You have earned them twice over. Kolsk looks over the throne room, smiling. There's much to do. We must send word to the Earl, of course. Revoke the cruel laws Raedric has instated. But do not think we will forget your assistance. You have brought about great change. Take pride. Everyone will remember this moment. Come, men, clear these bodies from the hall. With that, Kolsk strikes eagerly towards the throne. Okay. So we leveled up. Survival? Oh wow, that's the entire point. Sure. Ranger abilities. We can choose one. Swift aim. The ranger gets into a speedy and fluid offensive rhythm, reducing accuracy but increasing fire rate and reload time. Minus accuracy though. It's good when we get an item that actually increases accuracy. The empathic bond between ranger and animal companion yields a preternatural awareness of incoming danger, giving both a significant bonus to defense when both are subjected to the same area of effect attack. Stalker's Link. Long experience fighting together enables ranger and animal companion to fight as a highly efficient team. The ranger gains an accuracy bonus when fighting an enemy already engaged by the animal companion. That's a pretty good one. Heightens the predatory instincts of the ranger's animal companion, giving them damage bonus on any creature suffering damage over time. The ranger gains a portion of his or her animal companion's senses and instincts, becoming especially sensitive to incoming range attacks that target deflection. By lowering attack and reload rate, the ranger is able to take more careful aim, giving them increased accuracy and damage. Okay, I don't want to reload a already low reload. I don't want to lower a already low reload rate. What a sentence. But defensive bond or Stalker's Link is pretty good. Yeah, let's go Stalker's Link next. Done. Who's that? Another lore guy. Phrases. 1 dozen stood against the power of the saint. Decreased the duration and defense against frightened and terrified. Allies have a hazardous trail of frost whenever they move, hobbling and causing freezing damage to enemy. Rime and Frost followed the footfalls of Koth. Sure-handed Eonoctor arrow with speed decreases the reload time and increases the speed of ranged attacks. That's a good one. The Fox from the Farmer did run and leap. Reduced accuracy of disengagement attacks for enemies. This one's good. Especially because you range yourself. And now we have to do that in the book thing, right? What was that again? Your book thing. There we go, edit chance. Yep. Alright, our priest. Stealth and athletics, I guess. Oh, that's all? Oh, you get a load of new stuff already. Creates a large zone of divine shelter, granting allies a bonus to all defenses. That's good. Nagging doubt in the face of unbreakable fate consumes enemies in the area of effect, lowering their melee accuracy. Dire Blessing strengthens allies' resolve in battle, increasing the probability they will land a critical hit. Calls down a pillar of divine judgment, inflicting crush damage and knockdown. For allies in the area of effect from perceived constraints, granting a bonus against attacks with hobbled or stuck afflictions. Reducing the duration. Warning Seal generates a magical seal that explodes in a burst of electricity when an enemy comes into contact. Bless allies with the aid of Sympathetic Soul, releasing a healing effect when their endurance is low. That's a good one. Can you now cast all that stuff? Yeah. Holy shit. Though I felt your eyes on me, now come the words. Let's level up, guys, first, and then we'll talk to a party. All right. You are the law guy. You are the mage, after all. Oh my god. Ringrim's repulsive visage. Terrified. No. Noxious blast. Or Noxious burst. Is that everyone or just the enemies? I don't know. Minoleta's bounding missiles. Holy shit. 2 plus 2 foe jump. Yeah. Displaced image. Minor blights. Creates a ball of energy in the cast's hand that can be thrown at an enemy, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock damage to anyone. Expose vulnerabilities. That's a good one. Dexterous alacrity of motion. Crackling bolt, living generator. Burning anything. I'm loath to take any spells that target anything. Yeah, everyone's lurking, Wolf. Everyone's lurking. The caster's hand becomes a toxic parasite, causing corrosive damage, weakening, and leeching a portion of swear. Alters the perception of time. Lowering speed and movement. I think exposed vulnerabilities and the bounding missiles are definitely a thing. I like it. Oh, it's all in there already? Nice. Good.
Hey.
Hey. Yo. Dude. What's up? I'm here to level you up. Oh god. Vigorous defense. The fighter becomes fiercely determined to deflect all incoming blows, dramatically increasing all defenses for a short time. That's a good one. This is all weapon specialization, that's fine. Confident aim. Discipline barrage. Plus 10. The fighter devotes all his herbs defending allies, lowers accuracy but increases deflection of nearby allies. Into the fray. So Guardian stance or vigorous defense. Since we have multiple melee guys at the same time, I think Guardian stance to protect the priest and my main character as well is a good thing. Deflection is the defense used to resist direct melee and range attacks against the character that are not area of effect. Yeah. Guardian stance it is. And myself. Me, myself, and get your mechanics up, man. You need it. Yeah, we already have this one, so we want the other one. That was good. Decreases the duration of and defense against frightened and terrified. Yeah, the fox from the farmer did run and leap. That's the one I need, because they get minus accuracy if I try to disengage from enemies, which is pretty good, as we saw in previous fights. So there we go. Prison Architect.
Yeah.
Book likes that game. Oh, we don't have space for it. But it is already a good one, so... Oh, we do have. Nice. We do have space for it. Good! Alright, let's save the game now that we have leveled. And let's talk to our
Ready, Watcher.
characters, because maybe they want to say something. What's on your mind? I want to know about your homeland. Nasitak? She rubs her nose with one broad finger. It's a big island in the middle of the Deadfire archipelago, just off the coast of the White Dead Winds, tundra, mostly, with a few snow-covered forests in the warmer parts. Most of us live in fairly small villages, by standards here anyway. Mine's Masuk. What's Nasitak like? She shrugs. Cold, but not as cold as the White Dead Winds. The few kith who visit Nasitak find it sparse. But there's plenty to sustain a village, if you know where to look. She ticks the items off on her calloused fingers. We get hides and meat from caribou, seals and small whales. Bone too, which makes fine bows and arrowheads. Community is important to us. We survive or perish together, so everything we do, every week-long hunt, every wall we build, is for the village. Who lives there? Mostly Amutanik, like me. People here call us boreal dwarfs. Migratory clans of Glenfellyn from the White Dead Winds sometimes spend the colder seasons on Nasitak, but we don't see too many other foreigners who can tolerate the elements. She pets the weather-bronzed arm. Those of us born in Nasitak like to say we have a hardy layer of sealskin just beneath our flesh. Tell me more about Masuk. We're a tundra village. To an outsider's eye, we're probably not much different from the others around us, but our elders have stories that go back hundreds of years. Epic hunts, battles with neighboring villages, sojourns across the sea. We share these stories too. What do you do back in Nasitak? I'm a long hunter. I stalk game across the tundra with some of the other wives. We usually hunt caribou and oxen, but we find hares and birds too. It's a good and respected position. to see so much of Nasitak in the company of my friends and sisters. It's one of the pleasures of the life in Masuk. Tell me about Itumak. She scratches behind his ear. A good hunter, but not much of a talker. And that's been fine by me. When we hunt in Nasitak, we almost always bring our foxes with us. They help us track and flush game, and they're fearless defenders against the bears and snow leopards. Clever Itumak has always been my favorite. He wags his brushy tail. You have family back in your village? Of course. We never send a woman who hasn't had the chance to find a mate and have a couple of children of her own. Aren't you worried your husband will... Are you kidding? I'm the best shot in Masuk. Tell me about your children. I've had 5. Yakona, Estuya, Najuo, Anik, and Malak. Estuya and Anik died young and long, lean winters. Malak was barely talking when I left. She scrapes a thumbnail along the handle of her hunting knife. He probably won't know me when I get home. She frowns, her hand falling from the knife. Even in Nasitak, I spend most of my time on the hunt. But then, it's easier to relish the hunt when I know I'll see my family enjoying our kill. What's your husband like? Kalu's a good man. He raised our children well and built us a strong home while I've been away on hunts. Our parents chose us for one another when we were still young. Not the way things are usually done here, but ours chose well. She smiles. We came to appreciate each other as helpmates first, then friends, and then, well, you know how it goes. There's a hint of blush below the stripes of face paint. I'm curious about your search for Persok. I'll tell you what I can, but Tarnek Ilitsak pilgrimages, like mine, are rare. Why do your people have this tradition? She pulls the bear figurine out of her satchel, running a finger along its smooth back. It's something we've always done. The elders say it was first begun to forge ties with other villages. It's hard to fight over caribou herds when you see someone you respect on the other side. We also believe that passing our history on in this way keeps us strongest, and it helps them, the elders I mean, return to us after you've been away from us for a generation or more. They can use the experiences we've accumulated over lifetimes to lead the village again. Are elders usually reborn so far from the village? Most often, they return somewhere in Nasitak, a member of another village, or they're reborn amongst the Glenfallen of the White that went. Even so, it's hard to say what's usual. A mischievous grin crinkles her eyes. When my grandfather was a boy, the other came back as a polar bear. The huntress chosen for the task had to recite half of her village deeds while running from the beast. Yeah, I already skimmed through the video, Wolf. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Definitely. Her expression sobers. Even so, there have been journeys longer than mine. Some last decades, and the huntress doesn't always return. What happens when the other is found? That depends on the man or woman he's become. It's easiest when the rebirth happens in another village of Nasitak, where the tradition is understood. Even in the White Dead Wens and the southern islands of the Dreadfire archipelago, people understand this custom and will welcome you politely enough, even if their souls do not remember. She shrugs. But sometimes you find someone whose soul has no memory of the village, and you have to tell him of people who remember him still. As disheartening as this is, you hope that the reminder will aid his soul in future life. How do you get picked to come search for Persok? She grins. Another old village tradition. The elders watch the caribou migration and cast seal bones to determine the right time for this journey. Sounds like my kind of deal, being the astral serenal. When the omens were determined, all the village wives drew shark teeth. We're the ones that go away to hunt and fish, so we're the ones best suited for a task like this. Anyway, I grabbed the little tooth. She frowns. Traveling so far is a rare privilege for us, but as you can see, the journey can be unpredictable. What are your thoughts on my search? She frowns. Helps to know what you're hunting. You've got a lot of tracks to follow, but where they'll lead is anyone's guess.
Following your lead.
Alright, so that was
It's
she.
good to be on the road again. A wanderlust is nothing rare in the people of Rawatai, but often I think myself alone in loving the land as much as the sea. What shall we see next, I wonder?
How are you holding it? Ready if you are. Tell me about yourself.
What shall I tell? I am Kanarua, born in the royal city of Takoa, from which rules the Ranganui. There. That is a solemn enough start. I am a lore chanter in the college there. Or at least a student of lore and a chanter both.
Do you have any family back in Rautai? I have 5 older siblings and a mother and father. My fathers are coral mason and favored by the Ranganui. It was he who engineered the Gate of Great Teeth. My 2 brothers have taken up my father's work, and my mother encouraged my sisters to sail. It leaves me free to pursue other things. There's a wealth of knowledge just within the walls of the college, and beyond it, more than I could learn in 10 lifetimes. But I can try, all the same. What made you leave the college?
I was on the usual path at first. Theology, the traditions, when the Gate of Great Teeth was completed. It was all my father had hoped for, the greatest commission he had ever received. But it was also a sign that Rawatai was changing, looking inward. Meanwhile, I was neck deep in the writing of a dozen nations, marveling at all the things that lay beyond our borders.
And in so many of those books and records, I found accounts of ancient Engwith. The Edirians hold a great hunger for Engwithan lyrics. And why shouldn't they? It was the civilization from which the Glenfathans learned to read souls. I decided that my 3rd degree would be in history, and that I would study the Engwithians. They were at the heart of so much discussion abroad, so many discoveries. It drew some mockery. We'd watch Adia draw itself into several conflicts with the Glenfathan over these ruins. Takoa had its own concerns. And soon I founded a section of the Tan Vi Oratoa, in an Adiran translation of ancient Engwithan script. Just there, without explanation. It seemed like a gift from the gods. Tell me about the lore chanters. My eldest brothers think we spend our days in song, weaving reeds from flowers, but the truth is far less exciting than that. The college preserves what knowledge our people have gathered. I would have it said that the lore chanters are Rautai, for without them we would have no beginning, no sense of how far we've come. We would forget ourselves with every generation. I'm only a student yet, but someday I'll return and tell the keeper of what I learned, and she will add my verses to the chant. What is the Gate of Great Teeth? Much as it sounds, a maze of walls, like the teeth of some nautical terror. It sits outside the city and guards Takoa from invaders and storms. The storms have always been more trouble. New Tanri, the angry titans, throwing themselves against Rautai's shores. Invaders, I'm not so sure about, but perhaps I'm like the man who, being dry, throws off his rain cloak during a storm. So my mother would have me believe. What's our Ranganui? Our king, our great king, ruler over all of Rautai. He's led our people well. And he has treated my family very well. My father and he are great friends, as much as one can be friends with a king. Alright. Tell me about Rautai.
Ah, Rawatai. Shall I describe the pearl-white sands, the sapphire waters, the multi-hued tiles of the rooftops, like a mosaic upon the coast? Sorry.
In general, it's a long journey by ship to the north, past Ixamitl and across the sea. We have settled much of the Gulf and established more recent trading colonies all along the coast. We live, as best we can, like anyone else. Our land is plagued by storms, and so we stand together, whatever corner of Rautai we hail from. Otherwise, we'd never survive. Tell me about the city you're from, Takoa.
Tekoa is doubly famed, a royal city and home to the Coral Harbor. The Ranganui's palace is there, and we've a fleet of royal ships sitting outside the Gate of Great Teeth. Every so often, you'll hear the roar of a cannon being tested.
The finest ships in Rautai, and so the world, are anchored there, and some of our brightest minds toil away at the artillery. My mother, for instance. Kana grins brightly. Myself, I have no talent with gunpowder. Tekoa is also home to the Lore College, of course, and we get a great many people traveling long distances to speak with the Lore Keeper, or else hear the chants and peruse the books. At least, that's how it was when I was younger. Things were a little different when I left. How so? You might say that the winds are changing. The Pahari, they are traditionalists, in a way. The Ranganui's son stands among their number. Talk at the dinner table has changed from how far a fleet Rautai ship might sail to how well defended our borders are. How far we have turned from the old ways. Then talk turns to barring Adrian and Phalian merchant ships and Kanasais. Things were difficult when I left. There was much arguing amongst the elders. I trust the king has kept the peace, but I worry sometimes that things have taken a turn for the worst. You're a mewling milksop. You aren't a traditionalist? Oh, I'm a regular firebrand if you ask the other chanters. I don't see why I can't appreciate our traditions and chart a better future. But so goes the debate. Yeah, this is modeled after Baldur's Gate 1, so there is lots to talk about. It sounds like you miss home. Some parts of it, those silver cliffs, the sea, those, at least, no one can change. The day I boarded the ship for Adir, the sunrise was gold upon the water, and I nearly leapt overboard and swam for home. Surely Valiant ships are the finest. The grandest, sure. Houses on the water. Kena laughs. Give me a sleek Rautai ketch heavy with cannons and I'll still run circles around your Valiant Carracks. Tekoa has lots of artillery? Rautai has lots of artillery. We've made great advances with explosives. One of our artillery masters advised on the Godhammer bomb during the Saints' War, actually. In Rautai itself, our efforts are more modest. Bombards, cannons. We're having some luck with mortars. You might ask my sister if you ever visit Tekoa. She captains the Ratuana. She knows far more than I do, and enjoys great fame for it. It may not be very traditional, but even the most strident demagogue won't touch subject of artillery. They lose what support they have gathered. This is a story reading stream. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Do only Amau live here? Far from it. The Amau arrived more recently and formed the greater number. But others have joined us, so long as they call themselves subjects of the Ranganui. Some of my neighbors are Orlans, for instance. Fine people, though they care little for the sea. Ask all you like. A chanter's purpose lies in telling stories. Mostly true stories, at that. What's the sacred book you're looking for?
The Tanvi Oratoa. It's not really a book. It's been passed down over the years in the form of a chant. I actually found it a little strange at first, seeing it set down in stone. It's not quite the same as a song of worship, though we have paeans to the gods as well. More a kind of moral guide. It gives us something to aspire to. The, model of a virtuous citizen of Rautai.
Why look for it out here?
There have been arguments as to the chant's true interpretation. New translations, even. But any rendition of it I find in the ruins of Engwith will predate those translations by 2,000 years. And finding it here also proves that we still have much to gain from trading with other cultures. I'd be lying if I said I'm not looking forward to seeing the look on everyone's faces when I get back. But in the long term, I just think that we can learn a lot from the Engwithians. A civilization like that is something to aspire to. A model for Rauatai as a whole, and not just its people. And I want to prove that all of this is worthwhile. Traveling, seeing the world for what it is. It's been so different from sitting in the Chanter Hall and studying books.
Won't it have crumbled away by now?
Much of Ingwith's writing is lost to us, but an engraving would survive. I found several tablets at the site in Examitol. The scholar Gabranos, in particular, seems to have been fond of writing on the walls. I may have to ask you to help me carry it, if it's a large stone.
So describe this virtuous citizen.
Dutiful, learned, honest. The sticking point is loyal. Loyal to the people of Rauatai, above all others. Fearless in their defense, and bold in aspiration. Tireless in battle or industry. An inspiration to one's people. But it seems it's not that far a leap from there to the idea that we must cast out foreign influences.
Is that what you aspire to be?
Doesn't everyone want to be a good citizen?
No. You think the Engwithans were the true authors?
I don't know that the distinction is necessarily important. Rauatai has a long history, and our people have come from many different places. It matters less who wrote it than that I have found pieces of the verses all around the world. Wherever it came from, it will be Rauatai that decides what becomes of it. All the races and peoples of our kingdom coming together to create a great empire. You see, then, that I am loyal in my way.
You're being hunted by the Latin Key? Hey Maximus, what up? Wait, weren't you already here? I totally forgot whether you were already here or not. Oh yeah, you were already here. Look at that. Story stream will be Tokyo School Live. I'm not gonna stream Tokyo School Live. Jesus. Jesus. You're being hunted by the Latin Key? So it seems. It's all rather absurd. What harm could I possibly do them by finding this text? Perhaps they don't like Rauatai? How did this all begin? I ran into them in Adia. Or rather, they sought me out. In Adia there were many people who had observed the Engwithan ruins in Direwood, and I spent some time conferring with experts. In the libraries I found accounts of sites in Ixamitl, and it was here that I travelled next. But just before that, I found myself approached by a woman in dark robes, who bade me abandon my studies for my own safety. I ignored her, of course, but I began to have the sense, after that, of being followed. And after that, well, one ambush on the road I could call misfortune, but 3? Who are these people? I thought it only fair to delve into their activities in turn. I found the word of a Latin Key, but past that it was all ravings and superstitions. I might as well have gone around asking whether someone had ever seen a whale flying through the air. Some might well tell me yes, but the validity of their accounts are questionable. You don't seem worried about this? They haven't had much luck. The last one came up on me at a dig site and slipped on a muddy beam. I tried to catch him. Reflex, I should think. But he went right over the side and down 100 feet. I'm not really sure what he had in mind, but I doubt that was it. Awesome. Do you know anything about this place? The keep is impressive enough, but there is an unpleasant air about the place, don't you think? Let's be on our way. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again for a small break of 4 to 5 minutes. After the break, I will be going to explore the treasury chamber and leave the other dialogues for another time, because otherwise I'll just be reading dialogues the entire stream. So once we come back, we'll be exploring the treasure chamber. See you guys in a bit.